Hey everybody, it's Denise with Lazy K Homestead. Well, today I thought I would make some blueberry lemon scones, and I thought I'd bring you along with me. It's kind of a new recipe for me, so I'm going to try it and hopefully it works out. I love scones, and let's get started. So I've got all my ingredients out here, and the recipe is 2 cups of self-rising flour, 6 tablespoons of white sugar, granulated sugar. It's going to be 1 tablespoon of lemon zest, which I'll do, and I'm going to keep some of the lemon juice out too to put in the scones so they're really lemony because I love lemon. And heavy cream, which is a 1/2 cup plus 2 tablespoons that I went ahead and I put in here, and we'll use that I'll show you how we'll use that for brushing. And 1 heaping cup of delicious North Carolina blueberries. Oh my gosh. I got these at Walmart. I don't know if you guys can see that, but look at the size of that blueberry. It's like the size of my thumb. And they're just as juicy. Oh, and 1 egg, room temperature. It's always good to have eggs at room temperature. Your bakes seem to go a lot better. At least for me it does. Okay, let's get started. So what we're going to do is whisk our dry ingredients together. So I'm going to pour the flour into my bowl. And I didn't get my whisk. Here it is over here. All right, I'm just going to kind of fluff it up. I like to do that, aerate it. All right, and then we are going to go ahead and put our sugar, our 6 teaspoons of sugar in there. And then we're going to put our lemon zest. And I wanted to show you, I used to have a zester. I don't know whatever happened to it. But if you've got one of these box graters, you can get them anywhere, Walmart, Target, wherever you go. And you can go ahead and grate it, and that is the grating edge for zest. That's what I use. You can use this if you want bigger pieces. But I like to use this right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that in here like that. And you just turn your lemon around. And if you have a lime or whatever, until you've got enough. Usually 1 tablespoon is a whole lemon. The outside of a whole lemon. So you just continue to do that till that's finished. And you'll see you don't want to get the white, which is called the pith. That's kind of bitter. And you're probably thinking, well, lemons are bitter, but not like the pith, so you don't want to get that in there. Okay. Just kind of shake it like that. And I've got just about a really good tablespoon in there. Put that aside. Okay, so we just go ahead and we whisk this together. All right, and now what we're going to do, oh, one other thing I forgot. We have 1 cup, which is 1 stick of frozen butter. So let me get that out of the freezer. Here it is, frozen. Now, scones are considered a pastry. My grandfather was from Wales, and we had a lot of British pastries. We had scones, and we had Welsh cakes, which might be considered biscuits over here. But they always have fruit in them, and just so delicious. I'll make Welsh cakes sometime. I think you guys might like that recipe. That's something different. Okay, let me get my box grater again, and I'm just going to go ahead and grate that right in here. Very easy to do. And we'll just continue to do this. Now you can make scones, any kind of scones. You can have a glaze on scones. You can have just sugar, which what I'm going to put on the scones today. but I just love it with tea in the morning or coffee, whatever you like it. Okay, we've got our butter all grated into our flour mixture. And you can take your pastry cutter. Mine's an antique. They do look different. And if you don't have a pastry cutter to get this blended, you can use 2 forks. And you just go like this until it's all blended and the flour's coated and the butter just kind of, it doesn't melt into it, but it blends into it. It's almost the size of little peas. Or you can go through with your pastry blender, which does a really good job. And just go through here, get it all nice and blended, lifting the flour up. So everything is really incorporated. Okay, so what we're going to do now to keep our butter cold, we're going to stick it in the fridge. And while that's in the fridge, I'm going to go ahead and get my wet ingredients together. Okay, my wet ingredients are going to be the ½ cup of heavy cream or milk, and I'm using evaporated milk, not diluted. It's just straight from the can. Okay, I'm going to put my egg in here, and I'm going to go ahead and whisk that together. Get that kind of incorporated there. And you don't have to use a mixer for this, because you want, it's kind of like when you are making biscuits, you want everything to be nice and fluffy. If you used a mixer, it would take the air out of it. Okay, and we need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Let me put the lid on that so I don't spill it, because I've been known to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and cut my lemon. I'm going to cut my lemon in half. Now there's a couple ways you can do this. You can either go ahead and squeeze it like that, or you can use your juicer, however you want to. I'm going to go ahead and use the juicer, because I only need a ½ teaspoon of lemon juice. All right. And that looks like about a ½ teaspoon. I'm going to pour it in there. Put this back on that back counter. Kind of get everything out of my way. Oops. I'm just a home cook, guys, so I do make mistakes. It's not all perfect. Okay, and at this point, we're going to go ahead and add the blueberries. And just make sure I'm correct in that. Yep, add the blueberries into your wet. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and get a spoon and just kind of toss them around a little bit. Okay. Now let me go get the dry ingredients out of the fridge. Okay. And we're just going to kind of drizzle this over, if you can see, with the blueberries, my wet into my dry. Now I'm just going to go ahead and mix this, kind of folding action. You don't want to stir it really hard, because again, you want it to be a nice batter that's got air in it. Okay, and I don't know if you can see. I'm just folding it through like this. It's going to be a sticky batter. Now, if it is too dry, you can always add a little bit more milk. And if it's too dry, if it's too wet, you can add a little bit more flour, but not much, because you do want to be able to to work it, and we're going to do that right now. On a lightly floured surface, I'm going to pour this whole thing out. And you see it's kind of crumbly, which is what you want it to be. I probably need an apron because I have flour all over me now. But you're just going to kind of work it into a ball, like so that it's all together. And see how easy that comes together? Let me see if I can put my camera down just a tad bit so you can see that. There you go. There we go. And it's in a ball. All right. I'm going to put a little bit more flour just so it doesn't stick. Okay. There we go. There we go. Now what you're going to do, you've got it in a ball, and you're going to pat it down till it's about 8 inches. It's going to be thick. Okay, you see everything? Nice circle there. Okay, that's about 8 inches across. Okay, what I'm going to do is get my parchment paper out. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on my cookie sheet, or my baking sheet. Okay. Go ahead and put that up here. And what we're going to do now is with a large knife or a bench scraper. Let me get my bench scraper. We're going to cut this in half. Then we're going to go ahead and cut it in half again. That makes four scones, and then you're going to go ahead and each one of them, you're going to cut them. So what you want are 8 scones. Okay, so there we've got that, and then we're going to go ahead and put it on our parchment paper and put it in the fridge again for 15 minutes. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put our scones on our parchment paper. Clearing myself some space here. And what I use is a really nice metal spatula. And you just go under your scone, you pull it out, and you're going to go ahead and put it on your sheet here. Parchment paper is really nice because it doesn't stick. I'm just putting them all on here. And like I said, I'll stick it in the fridge. They really look good. And I don't think I cut them all exactly the same size, but that's okay. There's a big blueberry there. Okay. We'll go ahead and put these in the fridge. 15 minutes and I'll be back. Okay, I've got the scones out of the refrigerator. They've been in there 15 minutes, and while I had them in there, I went ahead and set the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, what I'm going to do now is you need to have something that you can brush with, and I've got this. I need to brush the rest of this milk just on top of these scones liberally, because you're going to want to put some sugar on top of them, and that way it'll stick to the scone really nicely. And we're just going to go ahead and get all these brushed with the milk. Okay. And it's just regular white sugar. If you wanted to use coarser sugar, you sure can. All right, and you just liberally put the white sugar on here, like so, on each scone. All right, I think each one of them looks pretty good. And now I'll go ahead and put them in the oven, and they will go for, let me just double, 22 to 25 minutes until they're golden brown. And then I'll go ahead and bring them back out and show you guys what these scones look like. And they are just a wonderful treat. And here we are with the finished product. The scones came out great. They taste wonderful. And this is just a serving suggestion. They go really well with hot tea. I thought you might like that. Please like, share, and subscribe if you would. And try this recipe. I'll have it in the description. Thanks a bunch. Have a great day. Lazy K Homestead. Bye.